how was that for a blast off? By gosh and by golly. Dang, I even have the volume at a decent level today. Holy crap-a-noli. Miracles. I pushed buttons in the proper order. Holy sheep dip. Hey, y'all, guess what? You are listening to Grammy Mary, and I'm in my rocket chair, and I was actually just had to plop my butt back down because I was boogieing to that song. I love that song. And yeah, in case you're wondering, if you wish to have a mental image, I was kind of sort of doing a Molly Ringwald kind of thing. Okay, so just so as you can get a mental image, even though that probably, Grammy Mary, and you're thinking some crotchety old lady, which, hey, maybe I am. Yeah, boogieing with her walker. No, not quite. Not quite. My walkers are four-legged puppies, and they walk me. I don't walk them. So, it's a Wackadoodle Wednesday. Wacka, 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 Wackadoodle Wednesday. How are you doing? Vinny, your hat is on too tight. Honey, loosen it up. You're cutting off the blood flow to the brain cells. You might need those things. Mr. White Trash Redneck Hillbilly Southern Fried Slice of Country. Oh, Flatlander. What the hell? The earth is flat out here, so does that make me a flat earther? Not quite. And yes, it's been beautiful out here too, except for the wind came up just a wee bit ago, like about an hour or so ago, which kind of sucked. But I had my hair pulled back, so it's okay. Okay, let me see. Yeah, I'm just kind of boogie naked. Honey, if I did that, the Jello jiggler would get to going and then it wouldn't stop, and then I'd be talking like this. The girls get a little carried away sometimes if I don't have them strapped in at least a little bit, don't you know? No, you don't know. And there's a reason for that. Okay. Over here on Fakey Book, let me see who I've got over here. I know I saw Bo Diddy earlier, and hey, there's Michael as well. Hey, Michael and Bo, how are you guys doing this evening? And thank you ever so much, Barman, for tweeting me over there on Twitter. And I just got to tell y'all, holy shit, there's the Donald, and then right below him is Shitlery. Donald, are you a missionary man? You're right on top of Shitlery. Oh, wow. And I ate supper already, too. Damn, I'm having a hard time keeping that down after that thought. Wow. Let's see. Oh, I have 328 stalkers, though. Holy crap. Yeah, I'm so easily entertained. I was really tickled just to make it past the double digits. And now all of a sudden, I'm in the 300s. Damn. That's not bad for someone that don't hang out on here very often. And speaking of not hanging out on here very often, I'm going to go ahead and close that thing down. But I did find a really cool link on Twitter that I will get to here in just a skosh. I have several things that I had put in my pocket that, yeah, it's going to be a wackadoodle night. That's all there is to it. Okay, let me see who's over here on that effing site. Besides Grimmy. Oh, hey, Mr. Brendan B. shared Otis Redding. Oh, yeah, I like Otis. It's a change is gonna come. Well, honey, you know what? Things will not change until you change. So, Grimmy's over here, and so is Hitler Was Right, or HWR. I don't know if Hitler was right or not. I really don't think about it often, actually. Really, about the only time I think about it is when I see that name. Let's see, who else is over here? I'm over here. I know, you're shocked, right? Who's this person? This is a little anonymous. Oh, that's Clint. Hi, Clint. How you doing? And Brendan B is over here, as well as the lovely Mary B. And Liquid Space. Liquid Space, is that kind of like water? You just kind of swim through it. I also see Rob Works is over here, as well as the lovely Estrella. Hey there, hi there, ho there. Go away, fly. Do not land on my screen, you ass monkey. I have a touch screen, so whenever a fly lands on the screen, things get real interesting. As if you really needed to know that. But, in case I go offline, a fly landed on my screen. Shit happens. Oh, well. Okay, let me come over here to the RLM where y'all should be if you ain't already. Which, by the way, if you're not listening, I guess I can't tell you that, can I? And I think y'all know where you're listening to me on because, yeah, if you didn't know where you was listening to me on, you wouldn't be listening to me. It's kind of one of them circular logic kind of things. Scary that I can do that sometimes, although it's usually pretty messed up. Okay. What was that, barman? Hun? You're saying some shit that even I don't say. Dimma? Hello, Dimma. Whomever you are. Oh my God. Oh, I just saw that, Vinny. How funny. I'm going to have to watch that later now just so I can see just how dorkular I look. Oh, yeah, Vinny, you have no idea. That go-go Grammy? Yeah. Let's just say I'm no longer allowed to dance on tables, shall we? And we'll just kind of leave it at that. Okay, over here in the RLM, where y'all just really needed to have that little mental image as well. You're welcome. And no, I have not perfected my mental etch-a-sketch, so suffer. Okay, Asmo's right up top. Hey there, missionary man. How you doing, sweetheart? I also see Barman is here. And Barman, honey, you don't have to do that. You don't have to share that whole Molly Ringwald stuff because I'm sure that was just traumatizing enough. But I see you've already done it. Once it's on the internet, it's there forever. Oops. Vinny, honey, you are very easily entertained, aren't you? That must be why you have that name. Because you are. Oh well, moving along. I see the lovely Beth Z is here. Yay! There's another Z in the crowd. Woo woo! And looky there, Grimner, who is the RLM God. And that's GAWK. Or, no, not K. That's Gawk. Holy fucking holy. Yeah, 12 minutes in, and I just dropped a fucking holy F-bomb. So, I should say Googanoli, because, yeah, Google is the new curse word. Is it not? You was just... Vinny, my dear. Sweetheart. You and I need to have talk, because you apparently have a problem. Okay, I had to have a drink of water. And actually went down the wrong pipe, or the right pipe this time. So, and I also have my allergy oils here. So, in case it sounds like I'm huffing, I am, but it's oils. Because, yeah, with the wind and all the other fun shit, allergies. Okay, back to it. Grammy, who is the God, which is Gawd. There you go. Now I know how to spell. Kind of, sort of, almost. Quit touching yourself, Vinny. And yes, Grim, I am gawking at you. I can't help it. It's something to do with, you said something about you broadcast naked, and I just went, yoinks. It was kind of an overload thing. It doesn't take much for me to get tilt flashing across my forehead. So, Vinny, if I shake it, it's like this. Okay, goddamn, move along. Moosey, did you have a good time over the weekend? I think I asked you that on Monday, but I'm going to ask you again. Just because I can, and I'm on the radio. So there, this is one of those things that just because I can do it, I'm going to do it. And it's not hurtful. I just want to know if you had a good time. And did the boys not have a party while you were gone? Because that's always key when you have teenagers. Because, yeah, that's one of the few times that went out of town with the ex when my youngest was a teenager. And we came home and a little bit earlier than she had anticipated. And it was amazing. I have never seen that child take the trash out so fast in my life, which was pretty much a Ding, 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 ding. Party. There was a party. That's my kid. So, Moosey, I hope you're doing wonderful. I'm trying not to look at the chat because Vinny's naked right now. And I'm going, oh, good Lord. Oh, Lord. Do I really need that? Then, are you going, helicopter, 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 helicopter? Oh, my. It sure is a good thing it's a Wackadoodle Wednesday. Hey there, lovely Kate. Honey, don't look, Ethel. Please don't. It's just a mini gherkin anyway, but still. God. Oh, P. Bunyan. Oh, my belly hurts. Oh, wow. I'm all choked up now. Hi, Trust No One. How you doing? I'm not even going to try and breathe heavy because I know it's going to start some kind of shitlery fit, and I just really don't want to go there because I'm not wearing any Depends or anything like that, and that would not be cool if I had some anal leakage going on, laughing at these yahoos in the chat. Whoo, Chloe with 3 E's. How you doing, lady? How's things over there in Kentucky? Near. And look, there's a double dose of Chloe. And damn it, now I am all choked up. Vinny's twirling. Your baton? Okay. Wow. Okay. Moving along. Hi, Ivy Dauncey, and thank you for that link, sweetheart. Yeah, Kansas is ever so fun sometimes when it comes to some of that shit. The great state can be quite dorky at times, which is why I'm really, really glad that I live so close to Colorado, because I can just step across the line and go, fuck you, I'm in Colorado now. Leave me the hell alone. Which, you know, they don't mess with me anyway, because I'm out here in the frickin' boonies, and nobody wants to be out here. Look at the population, and you can tell. Gotta be crazy to be out here. Oh, you guys are so funny. Oh, man, you're getting me all choked up. Okay, P. Bunyan is here. and he's busy trying to not look at Vinny's mighty sequoia. Or is that a splinter? No, I'm not going there. Oh, wow. I also see Ragin is here. Hey there, sweetheart. If you have delicate ears, you're listening to the wrong show. That's all I gotta say. Rob Works is here with a bubbler, and Vinny, that's not part of the blowjob thing. You're not supposed to blow when you do that, hon. But they don't call it a suck job, because if you called it a suck job, nobody'd want to do it. You need to call it either a Hoover or a Eureka, because, I mean, if it's done right, you're having a Eureka moment, let me tell you. Okay, moving along, as if y'all needed to have that in your minds as well. But, hey, I put it there. You're welcome. I also see Vinny is here, and he's still obsessing over his gherkin. You jerking your gherkin, dude? I am way north of Liberal, P. Bunyan. Way north. Like at least 2.5 hours north. That's the way we measure distance out here, by the way. It's by hours. And then when we give you directions, it's that cow that's right there by the corner. You know, right there by that tire that says no hunting. Yeah, you take a left there. And then you go about 15 minutes and you take a right. There's usually a billy goat sitting over there. And sometimes, I think he's still there. There's a post turtle there. Yeah, you see that little feller? He's probably turned upside down by now. Yeah, that's where you take a left. It's okay. Just keep on. You can't miss it. Okay. Like it. Oh, Ben, honey. You need to stop with the hallucinogenics, sweetheart. They're bad for you. They really are. Oh. Good Lord Almighty. Okay. I need to catch my breath here. Because, wow. Okay. Atomic Punk is here. Hi there, Atomic Punk. And, wow. Now I'm having mental images again. Rascal, honey, you need to do something about these crazy people I'm talking to. Okay? My little rascal kitty. My lovely little rascal kitty who, when I get on the stairs, all of a sudden turns into a big city driver. She waits till the last second, meows, and turns right in front of my feet as I'm going down the stairs. Yeah, I'm a lot closer to Goodland, P. Bunyan. Still an hour away from there. That's too far west. Are you narrowing it down? You can't miss it unless you blink twice. There's a grain elevator. That's pretty much yeah. That's pretty much what's here. A grain elevator. Okay. Clank is here too. What? No need to get Benny Hush. Damn it. I am not going to get through saying hey to everybody if you keep that shit up, you little brat. Okay. Hi, Clank. Sorry, I was so rudely interrupted by Vinny and his... Damn it, now I sprayed my microphone. Holy shit. Hi, Dark Spawn. Well, chocolate. Okay. Demon Atrax is here as well. Hey there, demonic one. How are you doing this evening? And Dimma, was that too many uhs? I hope not. Etc. is also in the house. Hey there, sweetheart. How you doing? And I'm here. The mental part is still questionable, but I am here. I also see Grendel is here, as well as Java Doctor 2, which, if you can't tell, I've had a couple of pots of coffee today. Just so you know. Yeah, I'm drinking water now because, yeah, a couple pots of coffee is a bit much for me. That's where I'm from, P. Bunyan. That's my hometown. Oh, Beth Z is now known as Beth A. I know. You got one end of the alphabet, I got the other end. It's all good, sweetheart. Okay, where was I at? Oh, Java Doctor. Oh, and looky there. Juana Taco is here. And you know what, sweetheart? I had some leftover pizza from Monday night. Because when I went to bowling, nothing really sounded good. And then they were making a pizza, and it was like, oh, that looks really, really good. And I even got the small one, and I still only ate 3 slices. So I've had 2 evenings of leftover pizza, and that's okay with me. That's good. It's all gone now, but hey. There you go. Where am I at? Yeah, so, and by the way, I cooked a chicken last night, and I'm going to make me some chicken and noodles tomorrow night with that. I had to cook it and put all the spices and let all that kind of mingle together, and then tomorrow I'll debone it, and I'll throw some noodles in there, and a few other secret things that I don't tell anybody because it's my special recipe, and if I told you, I'd have to kill you. I'm not ever all here, honey. It's okay. It really is. Actually, you know, I'll get to that here in just a little. I got to finish this. I got kazoo is here. Is that like them kazoo thingies that we all had when we was kids? If you didn't have one, I'm sorry. Those were so fun. I was even in a kazoo band for a while there, but I just couldn't carry a tune, so they kicked my ass out. I also see Kamek is here. Yes, tacos and pizza do pair well. God, dandruff, some of it itches. And I absolutely love taco pizza. But moving along. The lovely Mary B is here. Hey, lady, how's things down under? I hope they're going absolutely splendiferous. Are you feeling a little bit on the upside downy side? I'm just curious. So when you walk around, does your hair go straight up? I would figure that if he was on the down underside. But oh, I'm only all there on rare occasions. Very rare. Very rare. It's as in no, I'm not going to go there cuz wow, I just had something run right it streaked right through my brain and I thought better of saying it. Cuz wow, that could have not been good. Nelson Dubois is here. Kozu. Thank you, sock puppet. Although I'll probably still fuck it up because that's the way I roll. I'm real good at that. That's one of my rare talents. I can fuck up pronunciation with the best of them because I always put the emphasis where it's not supposed to go. So, okay. Keep moving, Grams. Keep. Hi, bot. How you doing, hon? That's an Eminem bot. And Nelson Dubois. I love saying that word. Nelson Dubois. It gives me mouth exercises. Don't go there, you pervies. Opie is here. Opie, do you have red hair and freckles? How's Andy doing? Oh, wait, never mind. Andy has moved on to the Mayberry Beyond. Okay, moving along. Pawn Sauce is here. You know, I've been to a few pawn shops, and a lot of times those pawn shops, they also have, like nasty stores in them, or at least a couple of them that I've been to when I've gone to the big city. They had those kind of naughty stores that have their dildo thingies in them. And dirty picture books, that kind of shit. Some of those picture books really are dirty too. The pages get stuck together if the person watching the counter ain't paying close attention. But damn it, I got all choked up. Yeah. So, in any case, there was one that I'd gone to at Colorado Springs. We went out with some friends, and he just had to show, because he grew up in the Springs, and he just had to show us his place. And I'm like, holy crap. I mean, you walk in the door, and the first thing you see is this 6-foot-long dildo on the wall. And I went, holy shit. I hope that's just for decoration. Whee! That's a Roto-Rooter if I ever heard of one. Damn. But yeah, when you behind the curtain, they had rooms. That was the first time I'd ever been in one of their stores, and it was very traumatizing. I didn't know that I ever wanted to go back in one again. I don't know that I want to Google pawn sauce. I'm afraid now because the mental image I have in my head is like, oh, this might not be good. Okay, moving along. I got 2 more people to go. I got RLM 2217. Is that you, Hansel? Is that you? My Hansel? What? Oh, it's a delicious topping. I've been told that before. Okay. Moving along. Okay. And finally, to round out the crew over here in the RLM chat, y'all are just crazy, and I absolutely love every damn one of you. You're just so fun. The one, the only, the sock puppet whose people are pawning their dildos. Grammy, didn't I ask about that yesterday in the chat? I was wanting to know if somebody had a used dildo I could throw at someone. Although I do think that would be an awesome line in a Monty Python or a Mel Brooks movie. Get your used dildos here. Slightly used, factory refurbished. I could just see that. But, hi, Sock Puppet. Thank you for joining in. I bet you weren't prepared for being abused like this, were you? None of them are, and yet they still keep coming back for more. Y'all are sick and wrong. That's just all there is to it. Point chop, point. It's a pointer. Yeah, they get their point across. That's when someone's poking fun. That's what that is. And apparently, Someone was poking fun at me and I took him serious twice. Okay. Hello, I be Don C. Yeah, I did. I was just standing over there by the dermators and how do you know, Grim? Maybe I'm blowing smoke up your ass. You never know. Okay, I'm gonna move along. Speaking of blowing something up your ass. I know. Hell of a segue, wasn't it? Let's see. This is official. It's official and it's on the internet, so it must be true. It's from myoso.com. And I probably said that wrong too, but do I care? No. It's the official internet butthurt report form. Hey, baby. Whip me, beat me, tie me up, make me write bad checks. There's a country song in there somewhere. Back to the... No, Benny, I ain't cutting the cards. I think that deck is stacked. Auto corrupt. Oh, what a taco. That is just hilarious. Oh, demo dilbo. Okay. Now see, I'm so befuddled and flustered. Demo dildos. Cheap. One owner. Low mileage. Oh, wow. Y'all are just too... Okay. I'm going to go to the butthurt report now. Okay, this is the internet version, so... And I will share the link, so in case anybody wishes to fill out this form after my broadcast, you are free to do so. But, and that's a but with two T's, I just want to let you know, I ain't going to change a frickin' thing. I'm still going to be me. So, there you go. This is provided as a public service by Spuba.com. So you need to enter the date and time that you experienced this butt hurt. And please describe the nature of the butt hurt. Was it a live journal post? Was it a message board post? How about a comment thread or a chat room? Oh, chat rooms. No, there's never any butt hurt going on in there. How about a blog post or a LOL cat? How about a random joke / cartoon / news item that you found or other, and please specify because we must have the specificity quotient in there. Therefore, please, all the dirty details. Because don't you know, the writers of this live vicariously through your butt hurt. Just so as you know. Okay, please tell us more about the incident of the butt hurt. Did someone made a blog post that I didn't agree with? Is that maybe the option? Someone posted a cartoon or a drawing that I didn't like. Someone wrote a story or anecdote that brought up bad memories and made me cry. Ambulance time. Someone mucked up the storyline in my RP. Oh, man, I hate when that happens. That makes me want to go all cap locks when they do that. I gotta tell you. How about I found out my internet boyfriend / girlfriend is cheating on me using an alias? Wow. A cyber slut. Dude. You do realize that slut works for both genders. I know sluts of both genders. Just putting that out there. Someone apparently posted pornography and sullied my innocent virgin eyes. Oh, Christ, my eyes haven't been virginal and moving along. Someone posted pornography and my boss saw it. Oh, shit. I hate it when I share intimate photos. Never. Um, I lost an argument in the chat room. Oh, that is most definitely reason for the ambulance call. How about I asked for critique on my art/writing and got it, and they were supposed to lie to me. Once again, there is other. Please describe and use the back of the form or attach separate sheets if necessary, because we need to know, were there tears? Was there permanent mental scarring from the butt hurt? Was there lost sleep from the butt hurt? Almost said sheep, but that could cause butt hurt too. Did you miss work or arrive late to work because of the butt hurt? Honey, there's a thing called Preparation H. I don't think they have it in the cybernetic version yet, but someone's working on it, I'm sure. And for $19.95, you too can get a cybernetic bottle of Preparation H, although it's a cybernetic bottle and you'll have to use it cybernetically. So, but for $19.95, and if you just pay the additional $4.95 in shipping and handling, you can get a second bottle for free. Were you forced to employ a copying mechanism such as switching, or not a copying, a coping mechanism, such as switching off your computer or going outside for a while? Egad. Butt hurts so bad you have to step out into nature. Oh, the humanities. Oh, were there emergency phone calls or text messages that cost you minutes? Was there an incident of carpal tunnel syndrome resulting from you typing up long-ass butt-hurt rebuttals? And were those in cap locks? Inquiring minds would like to know. No, wait, it's probably going to say that next. Okay. So please tell us more about the person who caused said butthurt. Alleged butthurt, because don't you know, everything is alleged until someone pushes them off of it, and then it's okay, so were they, or oh wait, I got to read these properly. They are a big, mean, poopy pants who should be banned from the internet forever, or at least until they learn that I am right and superior and they are wrong and should bow down and worship me now. Ami, 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 ami. They deserve to be hunted down like a dog and shot dead on their own front porch. Well, all you got to do is call 911 and that happens. They and their ilk deserve to be rounded up and herded into concentration camps. This too shall come to pass if the leeches that be have their way. And I will get to something about them here in just a bit, if I remember. There should be laws to punish people like that. Oh, God, yes. We need more laws, because 80,000 pages of legislation and rules and regulations just isn't enough. We obviously have not killed enough trees yet. They should be kicked out of America because we're the home of the free, and we just don't do shit like that here. Yeah, because America is the only place where you're free to tell someone to shut the fuck up if it gives you emotional boo-boos. And they have to, because the PC police are everywhere. They should be just as accountable for their actions online as they are in the real world. And also, so I can have access to their personal information so I can stalk them. Wow. That's kind of scary. Oh, and look, they also have an all of the above. Holy shit. That's really butthurt. Okay. And finally, so we need to know, did you take any actions yourself regarding the butthurt? These are your options. Obviously, someone's done these, or they wouldn't be options. I wrote a 6,000-word response detailing the extent of my butt hurt and emailed it to them and posted it in their blog comments. That'll show them. I also sent an incoherent flame to them from a dummy account, which just happened to be my own. I used a spam program to send them multiple flame emails. Flamer. And I organized a DDoS attack on their server/website because that's how I roll, dude. I also got all my bestest friends together and we organized a flameware. Okay, flameware? Hun, seriously? Is that like hot pants, only cybernetic? Is your ass that chapped? Wow. I created new emails and LJ accounts for the specific purpose of flaming this person. Flame you, flame you, flame you. You Google you. And I posted this person's RL information everywhere I could think of. And they'll get a Molotov cocktail through their bedroom window sooner or later, and that'll teach them to mess with me. Yeah. And finally, just to top it off, just to let them know for good measure that I'm really, really butthurt, I realized that arguing on the internet is usually pointless and found something else to do with my time. Yeah, pretty much. 'Cause you want to start an argument on the internet? Express your opinion. Hell, it doesn't even have to be yours. Just express an opinion and somebody's gonna develop a serious butthurt. So, split pea. Somebody had split pea. Who's John Ferry? Oh, look, a chicken. I'm catching up on the shout here, or the chat over here. Y'all are funny. Okay. Okay, I've read the demo dilders. Repo dilders. Oh, wow. That would be a totally suck-ass job, having to go around and repo dildos. Sorry you didn't make the payments on your dildo. We're going to have to break out the 10-foot tongs. You know, I went to one of those slumber party things where they sell those things, and they also sell like the jammies and perfume and I don't know what else. I was so damn busy being embarrassed and laughing that it's like, oh, holy God. And then they pass things around so that you could get a feel for them. Wow. By the way, the next oldest person in the room was 20 years younger than me. Just so as you know. So I'm thinking they invited me just to have someone to laugh at. Because they knew. They knew. I would be a smartass. And I was. But yeah, then they, after they handed these things around and let you get a feel for them, then they passed around the little catalog so that you could see the prices. And I was like, wow. Do you take payments? Those things aren't cheap. Just saying. No. Spuma. What? Okay. Demon Atrax says he told the spider he was only going to put... Oh, that sounds like a David Allan Coe kind of thing. This will only hurt for a little while. I only put the head of it in. I'll just move along after that. Let's see. A brown... Oh, ow. Oh, okay. You guys are talking about spiders. I don't want to see this shit. I don't like spiders. Spiders are fine when they're outside and doing their thing, but when they come in the house, they become smoosh. Let's see. Wow. Y'all are. Wow. Dang. Okay. Flame buoyancy. Oh, oh. Thanks, Vinny, for that mental image on the chaps. Yeah. Oh, I really didn't need that either. Hmm. And I don't want to know what's true of poultry. Because I saw the direction the chat was going, and it's like, wow, these people are worse than me. Holy shit. There's something really, really wrong with you guys. You know that? If you don't know it, I just told you. Trust me, okay? And which you should trust me. And I've got to tell you this. I have been called all kinds of things throughout my life. Seriously. And the reason I go there is because what I got called earlier today, and I was just absolutely flabbergasted. It was like, what? But I'll get to that here in a minute. You know, when I was younger, I mean, growing up in a large family, you have nicknames. And a lot of them are not necessarily attractive or nicknames that you wish to have repeated in public because someone will call you that is not in the family, and then you'll be traumatized for life. But you know, it used to be way back in the day. I used to really say, you can call me just about anything but bitch or slut because I am neither of those. And then I got married. You know, they say women don't belch or fart, therefore they must bitch or they will explode. Well, that is a lie. I've been known to do all three, and it's not pretty. Any of those options. Just saying. So, but, yeah. As for the slut thing, no. Well, no. Been called that a time or two, but that's usually the Jane, you ignorant kind of thing. To which I slung it right back at him because it was usually one of those little verbal tete-a-tetes where we were just having a good time seeing who could come up with the most obnoxious and yet hilarious offhanded comments towards each other, and whoever laughed first lost. Needless to say, I usually lost in those kind of battles. But I got to the point where it was like, okay, you're not going to call me a bitch because I am not a female dog. And then one of my children, as a gag gift, got me a leather collar with studs on it. And I thought, this is a good look for me. I don't have it anymore. I think I gave it to someone else as a gag gift years ago. But, yeah, so bitch went out the window as well. So, and then I've had people ask me, you're not from this planet, are you? To which I pretty much had to say, probably not. Why? Well, today I was chatting with someone, and they were not feeling, really happy. And so I was just trying to perk them up a little bit and let them... Vinny, you are sick and wrong. I was trying to let them know, pick them up a little bit because they really were kind of down in the dumps. And, told them that, hey, sweetheart, don't be feeling like your life is worthless or anything. You have a purpose. You just haven't figured it out yet. It's okay. You'll figure it out. Everybody does eventually. And this individual, did several replies back to me. And then when I finally went to check it, I saw one that made me go, what the hell is that? Because I'd never been called that before. I was called an Elohim. And I thought, what the hell? And then I read the next comment and he said, because that's the way you resonate. So I had to Google that. And it's Eloheem. And I thought, whoa, I don't know if I should feel good about that or not. But once I did, and I did Skype with Circles about that. And she said that, yeah, there are times when I resemble that. And I got to thinking, wow, y'all, you best watch it because I got called a goddess, which means that I am free to smite you. I smite and then I smite not. You never know. But, oh, looky here. Mary B is over here on Fakey Book, as well as the lovely Lisa B. And Bob Wire and Bo Diddy. Did I say Bo Diddy earlier? Oh, and Nelson is here. And Bubs. Hi, Bubs. How you doing, sweetheart? So, I just had to share that with you guys. It was just a real kind of shocker to me that, damn, apparently I was in overachiever mode this afternoon. So, paint pony, I don't want to know about painting no pony. Who's a good pony? 16 times a day? Sweetie, being kind of conservative there, aren't you? It depends on what they had to eat. And if they're anything like a couple of sister-in-laws that I have, they enjoy being louder than most men I know, and they giggle like crazy when they do that. So I can smote when I get tired of smiting. Cool. Thanks, Juana. And you know, something else just popped into my head. I'd seen something earlier today as well about people bitching about, people not doing their job and how they went to some place and the bathrooms were dirty or whatever. And I thought, you know what? Whenever I go someplace and the bathroom's dirty, except for like when it's a toilet issue, I will, I'll tidy up. I mean, I wipe down the counter. I'll pick up the paper towels that are around, that kind of stuff, because I don't like seeing that stuff. But, people look down on janitors and people that have to, fix those plumbing issues, that kind of stuff. And I think, you know what? Y'all look down on them until you have a plumbing issue. And the toilet starts backing up after you just had you left a healthy deposit, let's say. Then those people are like gods. And their scepter is a plunger. And y'all bow down and you pay whatever you need to pay to get them to fix your plumbing issue. So, I just want to let y'all know, don't ever look down on someone because of what they do for a living, because you know what? You could be doing that job and you would want someone to appreciate your contributions, wouldn't you? And whether we are in a monetary based system or whether we are in like an Ubuntu system where, everybody just kind of carries a share of the load and shares equally and all that fun stuff, which is a lovely thought. I don't think humanity is quite ready for it yet. We're still entirely too selfish and too what's in it for me, but which is not the same as being selfish. But Ubuntu communities are Michael Tellinger. Google Michael Tellinger and you'll know what an Ubuntu community is. He also is very good at some of the very interesting ancient artifact and archaeology stuff. So I've listened to a lot of his stuff and he's quite fascinating actually. But so the next time, you go into a public restroom or whatever, and, if the toilets are clean and they flush, so what? If there's paper towels on the floor or whatever, pick them up. It's not going to hurt you none to pick up those paper towels. Even if you have to get another paper towel out of the paper towel dispenser or whatever and use that to pick them up because you're afraid of germs or whatever, pick it up. Make it nicer for the next person that comes in there. It's not going to hurt you. And be thankful for the person that makes sure that the flushers keep flushing. It's a thankless job, peeps. Hi, Peace Man. How you doing, sweetheart? Welcome aboard, by the way. Peace Man, let me see. Is that because Opie fell out? Did Opie fall out and go boom? Opie fell out. Okay. And Chloe is in and out and in and out. Chloe, don't do that tonight. These guys' minds, it's just... Okay, I just finally saw what Juana Taco said. Over by the dental floss brush. Ew. Ew. It's called rectal floss, honey. For those that are always talking out their ass. Okay. Moving along. I also saw this. I think Grimm is actually the one that shared this over in the Grimmy. I think you were the one that shared this over the RLM chat earlier today. Or maybe it was Hansel. Maybe it was Hansel. I don't know. But he's right. It is a very interesting website. It is over on worldnewsdailyreport.com. Now, this is something that I'm sure y'all didn't know, but you really need to know because it's vital information, and this is where humanity's going to go if we don't cut this shit out. Oops, I wasn't supposed to laugh yet, was I? Homosexuality led to the extinction of dinosaurs, claims a top scientist. Who's not from Kansas, by the way. I don't get that claim to fame in my state. Booyah! There are some things to be thankful for. This is out of Pittsburgh, Kentucky. Sorry, Chloe. A leading paleontologist claims that he found evidence linking homosexuality and the extinction of the dinosaurs. Did he find fossilized? Oh, I don't want to know. Anthony Othman, a renowned paleontologist and leading curator at the Creation Museum in Pittsburgh, Kentucky, firmly believes homosexuality and not an asteroid colliding with the Earth is as is commonly believed, was the main cause of the disappearance of the dinosaurs more than 66 million years ago. Why wasn't it 69 million years ago? Because that would have made a little bit more sense. I know, Grimmy. I noticed that because I went to the about and all of that fun stuff already. So I know, honey. I've learned sometimes you guys share shit and I read it like it's all serious and stuff. And then I get to the end and I go, holy shit balls. Y'all got me. I need a butthurt form. Because I can't tell you how many times y'all have got me with that shit. I think you do that on purpose. Moving along now. I'm not saying that the asteroid that hit Earth didn't kill many dinosaurs. I'm just saying it was definitely not the main cause. He explains, visibly enthusiastic. Oh, he was enthusiastic. He was vigorously explaining this. It is by studying the behavior of homosexual iguanas in the Galapagos Islands that I came to this conclusion over 25 years ago. So, you've been watching homosexual iguanas for 25 years. You know, people call out iguanas for being homosexual, and those are the very same people that watch them for 25 years. Have you ever noticed that? Huh. Yes, sock puppet, what? What'd I do? Obsessing over gay dinosaurs. Man. Vinny, hun. I don't want to know if you're the first one, but I'd believe you're the last one of those two that you just mentioned. Happy dinos. Have you ever looked, though, at the T-Rex? I mean, look at their little hands up there, and their wrists are always limp. Yeah. And you know it's really sad because they always have to find something to moving along. Okay. Homosexual behaviors in dinosaurs. According to Dr. Othman, he argues that the practice of homosexuality in reptiles today is similar to the behavior of dinosaurs and is defined by a particular gene which is easily shown when artificial selection is applied. Really? Artificial selection. Don't those things Galapagos I thought reptiles laid eggs. Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't dinosaurs lay eggs? Not that that really has a whole hell of a lot to do with the price of beans in China or whether they're gay or not. But, I mean, moving along. Holy crap. A surplus marijuana tax. They look like Prince Charles. I think that's the other way around, honey. I think Prince Charles looks like dinosaurs. It's a dying breed. It's not necessarily a bad thing. Vinny, honey, are you breathing heavy yet? Because you're already easy. Just saying. Back to my article. Okay, apparently he took the semen of iguanas who showed a high tendency towards sexuality or homosexuality and preferred the presence of same-sex mates, he acknowledges. And then I proceeded to impregnate female species of a small group of individuals. Oh, who is the fucking perv here? What you do, you go give a hand job to iguanas and that like hand jobs, which maybe since you've been doing this for 25 years, you are one sick puppy. After 3 or 4 generations, the males as well as the females of the species lost all appetite for heterosexual behavior and the group, if not impregnated artificially, would not have survived beyond the 5th generation, he comments, visibly proud of his discovery. Sweetie, that's because you got them addicted to you wanking the males, and then maybe you was using something a little bit bigger than what the females was getting from their natural partners. So they was, whenever you showed up, they were going, hey, baby. Hey, baby. You never know. You ruined it, you pervy bastard. Fucking pervy bastard. Apparently recent findings of massive numbers of velociraptor. Oh, velociraptor. There you go. I told you I can fuck it up with the best of them. A velociraptor. See? Sound it out, Grammy. I do that with my grandkids all the time. And I try not to giggle and smirk when they do what I just did. And here I just cackled at myself. Go figure. Oh well, the velociraptor fossils in the region, all male, tend to prove my latest findings. Maybe there's no female fossils because they were faster and they did not become fossilized. Maybe there's no female fossils because the men liked eating. Moving along. A 2014 Oxford University study showed that amongst amphibians, reptiles, and birds, homosexual behavior is fairly common. Wow. Mammals, on the contrary, were found to have a preference for heterosexuality, an evolutionary trait that might have given them a slight advantage on the long run, believe many experts. Obviously, you people have not been around when a bunch of dogs are together and somebody's in heat and they're not sure which one, so they're humping everyone. including the person that's bringing the food in, humping their leg. Maybe that's omnisexuality. They don't care. So long as it's humpable, they gonna go for it. They're kind of like Vinny. Oh, Grimmy, I needed that giggle. I really did. Wow. The silly things that we read. Didn't have high waters to wear back then. I'm pretty sure you're cheap too, Vinny. Oh, you're a silly man. That's all there is to it. What's that? The Bible does indicate that the world became so evil that it had to be destroyed. Yeah, but which version of the Bible are you going by? Because there's been multiples written. Multiples. It's kind of like a multi-pass. Multiple. Surplus marijuana. Is there such a critter? Oh, yeah. Okay, I see. Oxymoron. Yeah. Never mind. Moving along. Okay, my brain just made another weird connection that really doesn't, yeah, it's really, I shared a video yesterday, and it was a very strange video. IB Don C watched it, I know that, and I don't remember if Kate watched it or if Chloe, I think Chloe watched it. Weird lady at the beginning, you know, and the title of the video was very, very misleading, which Chloe pointed out. And a lot of times that's the way it works. You know, you use those misleading titles or headlines or whatever to draw people in. That is the purpose of said title or headline, is to draw you in. That's one of those things that, you know, they are designed to grab that little nose ring and drag you along. And the video really wasn't anything to do with that. But there was an interview after her little spiel that she put in. And the gentleman was talking about the leeches that be, which I call them the leeches that be because I believe that they are bloodsuckers. I think they suck the life force, the life blood, not only out of individuals, but also out of societies as a whole, and out of not just the human race, but just about every species on the planet, including plant. And they are actually sucking the life force out of Mother Earth as well. Why? Because nobody's made them stop. Pretty much. But this young man was, I think he was initially charged with blackmail. And this was over in the UK. He was charged with blackmail. And they were going to reduce those charges down to stalking. Plea agreement kind of thing. And he was, I'm going to assume by some of the comments that he was making that he was a toy is a nice way of putting it, I guess, of the leeches that be when he was younger. He was also, and by the way, I had turned my light on because I needed the fan going. It's getting a little warm in here. He was a not so willing participant in some of the things that went on in his early life from the interview. And whether you believe in this stuff or not, which I have a tendency to not dismiss a lot of the, I don't necessarily take it as gospel truth, but I don't dismiss it out of hand either because, wow, there are some sick people in this world. Some truly sick and wrong people in this world. And he was talking about how giving a reason for the child molestations and the child sacrifices. And he said they are two completely different things and they are done for completely different reasons. And the more he talked, the more I thought, wow, these people are trying to justify their vileness, and they're getting to the point where they are begging for mercy. Because in the interview, he stated that these leeches that be, these families that control, or actually they do control because we let them. Collectively, we let them. But these families are vampires, quite literally. And they don't consider it the families themselves when they do disgusting, vile things, pedophiliac things to children, whether it's molestation or drawing of blood or what have you. When they do those things to those children, they don't consider what they're doing bad for the children. And the reasoning behind this, as he explained it, because, well, he obviously agreed with it, because the way he was putting it across, he doesn't think it's necessarily a bad thing, which I'm thinking Stockholm Syndrome. He was a sickly child, and they go to those places where, you know, children are abandoned and they're sickly, and that's where they find their victims. And apparently he was molested, and he was also brought in to participate in some of these nasty, nasty things. And he said what they do, they consider it an exchange. They get the life force, the innocence of these children, or they get the life force as in blood from these children, which is a result of the abuse. And then they heal these children. And they do this so that they can basically raise slaves for themselves and people that will do their bidding. And they warp their minds so that they actually feel as though they've been given a gift. It's really sick, really messed up, but to me it's not beyond comprehension that there would be people like that in this world. It really doesn't surprise me. He also said that the reason why there are child sacrifices, which are not done by the leeches that be, they are done by their underlings, by people that do their dirty work for them. Those are done to keep a very vile, nasty, evil creature asleep. That's pretty much his words. There is a vile, nasty, evil creature apparently living under the surface of this planet, according to him. And the only way you can keep it asleep, keep it from coming to the surface and wreaking total devastation on the planet, is to sacrifice a child. He truly believed this. You could tell watching his body language. He really, either that or he's a very good actor. I don't know yet. The jury's still out with me. But they're just the thought that there are people out there that could even come up with this kind of a scenario, even if it's not true. The thought of people that can come up with that scenario is really sickening. And then it doesn't take much to take it one step further. If someone's going to come up with that scenario, someone else out there is just sick enough to act on it. So there are some really, really sick people in this world. And after watching that, my mind made massive correlations with the whole leeches that be, that, you know, I've called them that for a while now, simply because of, metaphorically, they most definitely drain the life force out of humanity. Most definitely. And when they keep having wars, you know, and sending our youngest and bravest and strongest, not necessarily brightest, off to war to die as a sacrifice to them, that's where the leeches that be are doing their little blood sacrifices. So we really need to pull our heads out of our asses and not try to correct this situation with the same mentality that they have. You can't go at it like that. And I think just from listening to that video, I honestly and truly believe that they are concerned. They are afraid for their life. They know that their end really isn't that far off. And that's a good thing and it's not a good thing. There are two ways, well, there's lots of ways of looking at it, but it's a good thing that there is an end in sight. It's a bad thing because that end could be pretty damn ugly before it gets all said and done. So we really need to put our best and brightest together. Get them together, get them brainstorming, and go out there and try and be that calming force for people. Educate people. Let them know that, yeah, there are ass munches out there. There are leeches. There are psychic vampires and real vampires. I mean, anybody that's requiring some kind of blood sacrifice, which also brings me to the whole God thing. Any God that not only suggests, requests, requires, demands a sacrifice, a blood sacrifice, that sumbitch better stay far away from me, because no one is worth that. No one is worth taking an unwilling person and sacrificing them in their honor. No one. You wish to give up your liberty, that's your business. If you do it knowingly, that is your business. If you wish to give up whatever, knowingly and willingly, that is your business. But once you take someone else's choice away and you take them as a sacrifice to another individual, you just crossed the line, you son of a bitch. We need to stop that. We need to stop that mindset. We need to stop that mentality. It's the only way we're going to get rid of this shit. Is we need to stop thinking that ugly stuff. You may not agree with everybody. You may not like everybody. If you don't like them and don't agree with them, stay away from them. Don't force yourself on them. Don't force your opinions on them. Don't force them to comply to your wishes, whether they be, even if they are well intended. And here I am telling you, don't do this. Well intended. I'm not forcing you, though. I'm just suggesting vigorously. There's a lot of sickness in this world, and you see an awful lot of it in the news. An awful lot of it. Earlier today, apparently there was a shooting at an elementary school in South Carolina. 3 wounded. I saw stuff on Facebook, and it started showing up a lot on my feed, and I just shut Facebook off. It's like, no, I am not going to feed into that. I'm not going to stick my head in the sand and say it never happened. But, once I see it and acknowledge it, I'm not going to feed into that anymore. I'm going to move on, and I'm going to try and find something positive to do. Try and find a way to make a positive impact on the world. Not an ugly, negative one. Not a hurtful one. If I cause you a cybernetic butt hurt, big woo, you'll live. I know I've had an awful lot of cybernetic butt hurts. I lived through every damn one of them. And I've had an awful lot of real world butt hurts, and I've lived through every one of them too. It's called growing up. Dealing. But, what is the night? Okay. Repeal the con. We need to repeal an awful lot of shit, if you ask me. There you go, Grim. Repeal the government. If I ran the zoo, there would be a hell of a lot of pink slips handed out. A hell of a lot. But the first thing, people just need to stop. And this was one thing I had a discussion with my eldest brother about over the weekend. And I told him, people just need to start taking responsibility not only for their words and deeds, but also for their actions. You know, you do something, someone calls you out on it, take responsibility for it. And make a decision. And this is the brother that knows the Bible frontwards and backwards, and he's actually read it in Aramaic, and he's also read it in Greek. So he kind of sort of knows his Bible shit. And he says that the King James version is really buggered. But in any case, he and I were discussing this, and he started quoting things from the Bible about how, people were asking either Jesus or just asking prophets, we need a king. Those people over there, they have a king. We need a king. And they get told, no, you don't need a king. You just need to make your own decisions. You need to be responsible for your own words and deeds. And no, we need a king. We want someone to look up to. We want someone to make the hard choices, the hard decisions. In other words, we want to be lazy and we want to have plausible deniability. Because when the shit hits the fan, we can say, wasn't me that did it. It was that guy that you elected. Or that guy over there elected. That's who did it. That government person. Nah. We all played a little part in it. We may not want to admit it. We may not want to accept any kind of responsibility for it. But every day that we go out there and we don't do something to effectively change things, to try and be positive and maybe show people that you don't necessarily need to call the government every time you turn around. Oh, there's a pothole in the road. Get a shovel out and fill it. Your neighbor is having problems digging out from the snow. Grab a shovel and go help them dig out. Don't expect the city or the township or whatever to come dig them out. Because trust me, last year, our one really big blizzard, I dug my driveway out 3 times in one day. Because the township kept coming by with the grader and plowing it shut again. Got a hell of a workout. Don't count on the government to come do it for you. Start doing it yourself and showing other people you can do it yourself. There's people out there that are feeding homeless people. And why do you think they're going to jail? Because they are doing a better job than the government ever did for a hell of a lot less money. And the government just can't have that, because if people get to thinking that they can do things better than the government, so why do they need the government? Well, then they won't want the government. And there goes that job security. So, and yes, politics created global warming as well, or at least the man-made global warming. Way too many we's being thrown around. Well, I have a mouse in my pocket, hon. I do my thing, you do yours. How's that sound, Graham? Every day I try and show people, this is how I do stuff. I don't need to call for assistance from Big Brother. I tend to it myself. And so far it's worked out just fine. So, what's that? If I were king. Ah! And yes, climate change is a religion as well. Grammy, it wasn't just imagination that created global warming, though. It's a lot of that shit they're putting up in the air. Although it's not necessarily it's not warming. It is climate change, though. They are affecting the climate in an adverse way, as well as affecting humanity. So, and everything else on the planet, for that matter. Okay. Now that I've gone off on a tangent, all that fun shit, did I put the homosexual dinosaurs over on effing site? Holy shit, I really wasn't planning on going there this evening, but apparently, it's the way it works sometimes. I never really know where I'm going to go anyway. So it's a lot more fun that way. Take the touristy route. Okay. I do need to get to at least one more though. All that marijuana stuff. Yeah, I saw something earlier. Chelsea Clinton. Ah, yeah, gotta love her. This is another one of those sites where I just kind of look at it and go, where's I need to go buy a thing of Morton salt because I'm not going to use my good pink Himalayan salt on this shit. I need the cheap ass Morton salt. And then I'm not taking it with a spoonful. I'm needing that whole damn container. But still. This is from yournewswire.com. Sometimes they have things on there that I go, yeah, I kind of like that. And then there's other times when I go, this shit's fucked up. So, Fukushima radiation killing off the West Coast orcas. Huh, why does that not surprise me? That's it, Demon Atrax. That's where I went. Okay, you found it on High Times. I have it on yournewswire.com. Chelsea Clinton claims that marijuana kills people. Apparently, well, let's read this first, and then I'll throw my I'll throw my 2 cents worth in while I'm reading it because I just can't help myself. Chelsea Clinton has gone on record and denounced marijuana use as a potentially lethal. Note that she said potentially lethal. She did not come right out and say lethal. A potentially lethal drug that she says may be killing people who take it for medicinal purposes. It may be. Oh, it's from Mike Adams. Well, there you go. Okay. Thanks, Demon Atrax. Chelsea made a recent appearance in Youngstown State University campaigning for her Mothra, Hillary Clinton. She told the crowd of students that there are public health concerns associated with cannabis consumption due to recent deaths in Colorado. Oh, and what recent deaths are you referring to, dear Chelsea? Apparently, High Times reports that we also have anecdotal evidence now from Colorado where some of the people who were taking marijuana for those purposes, the coroner believes, after they died, there was drug interactions with other things they were taking. Yeah, because that's what drugs do. They interact with other drugs. Duh. And you really do have to be careful, even with like my oils. You have to be very careful and make sure because they are chemical compounds. It's the difference between essential oils and big pharma, other than this is Mother Nature's medicine cabinet, as in the essential oils. And this is synthetic poison created to make somebody a shitload of money. Synthetics, the body is not designed to absorb synthetics. So a lot of times it stores in vital organs. Oh, imagine that. And then causes all kind of damage to those vital organs. Oh, enjoy, Vinny. So, but either way, the essential oils and the big pharma stuff are both made out of chemicals. It's just some are natural and some are synthetic. There's also essential oils that are used for flavorings in your food. The only problem is most of those are synthetic flavor enhancers because they're cheaper to do it that way. But no matter how you look at it, there will be chemical reactions. And just because something is natural doesn't mean you are not going to have a reaction to it. People are allergic to all kinds of natural things. foods and such. So just because it's natural doesn't make it safe. It just means that it's not as nearly as bad as the synthetic shit that ain't gonna do shit. Oh, sure, you might feel better for a while until whatever it is accumulates in whatever vital organ, and then next thing you know, it's not pretty. So yeah, there are going to be interactions. Duh. Although there is no documented evidence that marijuana has ever contributed to the death of a single human being in the thousands of years it has been used by civilizations across the globe, prohibitionists often dig deep into their sagging bags. Oh, Lord, I just got the image of the granny on those posters that usually all she's wearing is the little lacy undies and the boobs that hang down to her knees. Yeah, saggy bags. That's the image I got. They're sagging bags of propaganda to convince the average citizen that the effects of cannabis can be both devastating and deadly. Can be, when mixed with synthetic or other chemicals. You can add PCP, angel dust, you can add all kinds of shit to cannabis and really fuck someone up. It happens. People have been known to do that shit just for shits and giggles because they're sick and wrong. Oh well. This goes on to say, but this is the first we have heard of marijuana potentially interacting with other drugs and causing people to suffer their untimely demise. Once again, chemical reactions. They happen all the time. The recent article on Inhale MD indicates that while there can be some minor interactions when consuming cannabis in conjunction with other medications and food, there is no evidence to suggest that these types of concoctions can result in death. It can, shit happens. It does. But cannabis by itself, cannabis is not known to produce any lethal interactions with other substances, including foods and beverages, the article reads. In fact, as natural and synthetic drugs go, cannabis is exceptionally gentle, with negative effects typically limited to anxiety, dry mouth, increased thirst, and sore throat, and a serious case of the munchies and possible pissy-ass attitude, but not pissy-ass enough to go trash the joint when the 7-Eleven is not open or they're out of Doritos. Because then you just find something else to munch on. The article, which was penned by Dr. Jordan Tischler, an expert in the field of cannabis medicine, goes on to explain that while marijuana isn't physically harmful, when mixing it with alcohol, antidepressants, antihistamines, and muscle relaxants, the stoned effects can be often amplified, giving the user the feeling of being more intoxicated or in a deeper state of relaxation, which, okay, I have to admit, I've probably said this a gazillion times. For me, one toke, and if I've got munchies right close by, I will definitely tend to the munchie issue. But you can bet your sweet ass, no longer than a half an hour, and I am out. I am sawing logs. That shit puts me to sleep. Just great for when I can't sleep. Which I don't have too much of a problem with that, but It does not appear that anyone has died as a direct result of mixing marijuana with other drugs, as Clinton seems to have implied in her speech over the weekend, because implication is the only way they can get anything done. They're very good at implying. Coming up with facts now, that's not quite so easy. But implying, oh yeah. And slinging mud, when you out-fact them, oh, they are very good at slinging mud. Using marijuana in combination with other substances is substantially safer than blending most other types of medications, the article continues. Chelsea Clinton did, however, take the opportunity to reiterate her mother's stance on states' rights and the pursuit of more medical marijuana research. Yeah, they're going to keep researching it until they figure out how to make a synthetic version that, oh, we can sell it to you as an OTC. It's not quite the same. But her comments once again seem to imply that marijuana could be what the federal government claims. Could be. Might be. Let's be a little more vague here, shall we? Could be a dangerous drug. If such a thing could be, it would be, and just so as you know, monkeys might fly out my butt, too. We just need so much more data than we have, so that people who might benefit have a chance to benefit. People who might be in danger are protected. It's for your own good that we do this. By the way, if you think you might have cancer or someone may have decided that you had cancer, not necessarily, through any real clinical evidence, proven you have cancer, just decided you had cancer. We have these wonderful new chemo drugs. These are experimental. Yeah. So if you wish to be in the experimental group, it'll only cost you half as much. By the way, they have a 95% unsuccessful rate of curing, but we're not going to tell you that because you're desperate. You think you're going to die, and therefore you willingly let us experiment on you because we need to get as much goodie out of you as we possibly can, because it's no longer the healthcare industry, it is the dis-ease industry. And we need to manage your dis-ease so that we can manage our portfolio, so that we can go hide on an island when you guys finally come after us with torches and pitchforks. Yeah. We're just managing it for a little while longer, culling the herd. Until you finally say, fuck you. We know cannabis and frankincense and several other things reduce, minimize, eliminate cancer. People need to know this, need to share it. Clinton also said, so absolutely, my mom strongly supports the need for more rigorous study and then subjecting it, as we do kind of everything else that might have medicinal purposes, to FDA approval, scrutiny, and ultimately regulation. Which brings me to another thing, real quick. I saw a video yesterday on Facebook. Dear sweet Lisa B, bless her heart, she is my lovely sister from not too far away, my hairdresser, who's just an absolutely wonderful woman. She shared this 10 facts you did not know about fluoride. Do you know that fluoride is considered a drug? Because you can get it in prescription form, and yet it does not have FDA approval. Because if it had FDA approval, they would not be able to put it in the water supply. Because you cannot put a technically a drug into the water supply. Oh, there's all kinds of lovely little facts. I'll have to find that video and share it for you. The evil, evil monsters, they always have loopholes for every little trick that they pull. Which is another reason why you need to stop drinking the Fool-Aid. Stop it. Step away from the Fool-Aid. It is very, very bad for you. And stop dining at the propaganda trough. 'Cause that shit, do you have any idea how many years that shit's been in that trough? And look, it looks like they just refilled it, doesn't it? Yeah. You ever seen how the shelf life of a Twinkie? Uh-huh. Alrighty. So, I'll get this shared. Seeing as how Atrax was so kind as to share this over in the RLM chat, I will put it over here on Effen's site. And then I need to refresh this page because it looks like I've got some notifications and I may have some people chatting with me and I didn't realize it. That's one thing I'm not really used to, Grimmy, is having to refresh. Oh, Estrella commented, "Hi, sweet lady." She is so wonderful. She really is quite intelligent and very opinionated, and I love that. Oh, Estrella commented on the official Internet Butthurt report form. Describe it? Well, it all started when shit got on the platter, and then... I love you, Estrella. You are so awesome. So awesome. She is like this big dose of Estrella sense covered in awesome sauce. She's just the coolest. I know there's an awful lot of people that probably don't care for her, but you know what? I don't care. I love her. Of course, I actually like Hans too. Because Hans is a very good example for me. Sometimes of what I don't want to be when I grow up, and sometimes I learn quite a bit from him because it's like, holy shit, Hansel, I did not know that. Thank you for sharing. Because, it's always good to know what the opposing side is thinking and doing and saying in order to confront them properly. Don't you know? Rupert Sheldrake. I've seen that, laddie. Hi, sweetheart. How are you doing? I've seen that Rupert Sheldrake video. Yes. Distant mental influence. Did you know that thoughts travel faster than the speed of light? Effectively, they travel instantaneously. We've just forgotten how to catch them. That's the thing. We're all receivers. We've just forgotten how to tune in on the channels that we want to tune in on and actually receive. But we're sending all the time. It's kind of cool, actually. Okay, well, seeing as how I was talking about fluoride there, I will find that video and I'll share it after the show. I saw this one also on FakeyBook. And I have a lot of people tell me, you need to get off of FakeyBook. I find some of the weirdest treasures. And a lot of times it's just because I'm trolling and scrolling, I just scroll along and, oh, wait, hey, what was that? And scroll back up and, oh, that looks interesting. Because that's pretty much what I do anyway. I just scroll along. I like interesting things. But this is on aboutlawsuits.com. And it's from September the 26th. Lawsuit alleges, let's go stand on that ledge. It alleges that Roundup caused diffuse large B-cell lymphoma. No. According to allegations raised in product liability lawsuit recently filed against Monsanto by an Illinois man, Use of the company's popular weed killer Roundup caused diffuse large B-cell non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. The complaint, and there is a PDF attached to this, was filed by Charles Cushman in the U.S. Court for the Southern District of Illinois on September the 16th, indicating that Monsanto knew or should have known about the risk that Roundup may cause or may increase the risk of cancer, yet withheld warnings from consumers. Okay, I don't think it's really so much a question of should have known, because there's also stuff out there too where Bush Sr., prior to him being the VP, had gone to Monsanto. And, some of his campaign money came from Monsanto. Pretty much hush money. Because they were trying to get him to, push forward this little bit of legislation that covered their ass. Yeah. Cushman indicates that he began using Roundup for both agricultural and residential use in the mid-1980s, spraying the popular herbicide on a regular basis to kill weeds. You know what? You can also go out and pull weeds. Now, I have an awful lot of weeds in my yard, but I'm culling the herd. If I have bad weeds or like cactus or something like that, I'll mix me up the vinegar blend that I got out of my Jerry Baker book, which is vinegar and salt and a tablespoon of the blue Dawn dish soap. The Dawn dish soap, by the way, is to help remove the wax coating on the leaves and the stem of the weeds so that the vinegar and the salt can actually get into the system of the plant and go down to the roots and kill the plant. But you have to be very careful. Spot spray. Because if you just use it like something that's Roundup ready, if you just spray all over, you'll kill everything. Because that's what it does. But hey, you don't have to wear a mask when you're spraying it because it's vinegar and salt and Dawn dish soap. Oh well. As a result of the exposure to Roundup and the active ingredient glyphosate, Cushman indicates that he developed diffuse large B-cell lymphoma in 2008. DLBCL is the most common type of non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, consisting of 30% of all newly diagnosed NHL cases every year. It causes rapidly growing and spreading tumors that can cause swelling in the neck, armpits, and groin, as well as fevers, night sweats, and weight loss. Treatment of DLBCL usually involves chemotherapy and antibody that target the tumor cells, which if it's all over the body, that pretty much means it targets your body. And it's not called an antibody for nothing, people. Chemo, chemical, the rapey. Yeah, all depends on where you put the emphasis, don't it? If properly diagnosed and treated, the overall 5-year survival rate is 58%. Now, wait a minute here. You guys treated my cancer with this expensive chemo, the rapey, and antibody treatments, and the 5-year survival rate is only 58%. If you treat the body's dis-ease, if you work on what is causing the dis-ease in the body, the survival rate is actually quite higher. But you don't have to do any of that fur and shit in the body. No. It's called proper diet, getting the proper nutrients and exercise, and mindset. Mindset is key as well. Cushman's case raises allegations similar to a large number of other Roundup cancer lawsuits filed in recent months by farmer, professional landscapers, and others regularly and consistently exposed to the popular glyphosate-based herbicide. The Roundup litigation has emerged since the World Health Organization's International Agency for Research on Cancer declared that glyphosate is a probable human carcinogen. Now, the reason why they have probable in there, I'm just going out on a tangent here. I'm winging it. I'm speculating. But I'm thinking the reason that probable is in there is a CYA. They would say it is a human carcinogen because they've already seen the carcinogenic effects in livestock, in other animals. So logic dictates that if it's showing up there, we are also in that food chain. And looky here, we've got an increase in tumors, certain types of tumors, which, oh wow, correlates with what went on with the little four-legged critters. Huh. But they put probable in there because their legal team said you probably ought to do that. Cover your ass. This probable human carcinogen claim or declaration by the World Health Organization is sparking a worldwide concern about the widespread use of Roundup and Monsanto's failure to warn about the importance of limiting exposure. If you warn people about it, they will stop using it. It's a double-edged sword, you know. And what is it? The United States made it to where you have to do whatever you need to in order for your board members to show a profit, for your business to show a profit. It's illegal not to. If it no longer shows a profit after so many years, it's considered a hobby. Must be, wow. You would think all of these big businesses out there would, banking is a hobby. Did you know that? If you look at it from that point of view, because the individual, if they were to do something and they don't make a profit at it after 3 years, it's a hobby. At least out in this neck of the woods it is. Cushman also claims, the Cushman's claim also points to evidence that other ingredients in Roundup could be a health risk as well, including the surfactant polyuckaduckaducka taloamine, which is POEA. I'll go with that. That's, yeah, because that other one, that's a long one with lots of consonants in it. The lawsuit indicates that Monsanto failed to properly test the herbicide and that its continued insistence that Roundup is safe puts others in danger. Which, yes, you can insist all you want. Just because you insist does not make it so. Doesn't make any difference how many desks you performed well under. That does not make it so. Rather than performing appropriate tests, defendant relied on flawed industry-supported studies designed to protect defendant's economic interests rather than plaintiff and the consuming public. The lawsuit states, despite its knowledge that Roundup was considerably more dangerous than glyphosate alone, defendant continued to promote Roundup as safe. As Roundup diffused, large B-cell lymphoma lawyers continue to review and file claims for individuals throughout the United States. It is widely expected that several thousand similar complaints will be brought against Monsanto in courts nationwide in the coming months and years. Cushman presents claims of defective design, failure to warn, negligence, and breach of implied warranties, seeking both compensatory and punitive damages. which are designed to punish Monsanto for recklessly disregarding the safety and health of consumers, which I'll have to look up. I'm thinking there was something else that kind of, something that happened in 2006, I believe, that, oh, I read about it. Gosh darn it. There was a piece of legislation where it pretty much limited the amount that Monsanto would be liable for each instance. So maybe if you get enough bee stings, they will go into shock and collapse. Maybe. It would be nice. I would love to see Monsanto go under. I really would. So, let's see. Oh, I only have 5 minutes left. Damn. Holy crap. Oh, are you guys talking about Trumpelstiltskin again? Lord. Ick. I don't like any of them. I am going to write in none of the above. I will go and I will write in none of the above. Simply because I really like that video that Gary L. shared, and it really made an awful lot of sense to me. So instead of abstaining or not voting or however you wish to put that, I'm going to go and I'm going to write none of the above. I am going to express my dissatisfaction. So, y'all been listening to Grammy's Rocket Chair here on RealLibertyMedia.com, Channel 3. Also on the RLMRadio.xyz site and the RLM radio or internet radio site. Also the RLM TuneIn station and the RLM Spreaker channel. It is a wackadoodle Wednesday, and I truly do appreciate all of you guys hanging out, playing along, making me laugh my ass off. Yeah, Monsanto Bayer now. That is true. Bayer is purchasing them. Well, if that ain't Bayer-ass bullshit. And you know, some of the things that I've been reading about aspirin of late, from nutritionists and holistic doctors and that kind of stuff, aspirin is not necessarily something that you really want, although it's less harmful to you than ibuprofen or acetaminophen. It's still not exactly. And yeah, so now, you have a great big drug company purchasing a great big poison company. Wow, how synchronistic is that? Yeah, I think Monsanto is hiding underneath the skirts of Bayer. And damn it all, if both would go under, I would feel really bad for about half a millisecond. But that's the extent of it. No more. So, yeah, they need to go bye-bye. There's a lot of them that need to go bye-bye. My personal opinion. And so, you know, my way of hurrying them along is I no longer purchase things that are produced by them. Because if I don't like, whether I like the product that they put out there or not, if I don't like the company, I don't purchase the product. So I do not financially support them, at least not directly. I would be really, really glad if the government would stop doing that, which, you know, would be really nice if the government just stopped. But once again, that's going to have to be a gradual. It's either going to be a screeching smack into a 20-foot thick brick wall, or it's going to be a gradual. Gradual, I think, might be a little bit less messy, but 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Either way, needs to go bye-bye. So, Grimmy, do we have anything on Thursday nights yet? Nobody that I know of? I will be back. Oh, wait a minute. Vinny will be here Friday, noon Central Time, which is the time that the rest of the cosmos is set with, because that's the time, my time. And seeing as how I found out today that I am a goddess, that's still, it's like, wow. Okay, that kind of scary. Of course, they didn't stipulate which kind of goddess, so this could really be. It's not necessarily a good thing, don't you know? In any case, oh, Chloe. Well, I'll post the replay here in just a little bit. Y'all have an absolutely awesome rest of your wackadoodle Wednesday. Vinny, noon Central Time, will be here. Shit, hun. I forgot it was right there, and then I totally spazzed off the name of your show. But Vinny will be on. Then, Friday evening, I will be kicking off the Friday evening festivities on Freaker Friday with the Freaker Friday edition of Grammy's Rocket Chair, closely followed by Demon Atrax and his Atraxian music. And then we will have Grimmy and Moose Girl with the Freakers Ball. So, once again, I will see y'all later. I am